Good afternoon, Wrestling Inc. Get up, get going. Welcome back to the Wrestling Inc. Daily. It's me, your managing editor of WrestlingInc.com, Nick Hausman, joined here as I am every Tuesday to be taken over. It is our good friend, Issa, and joined today on her lap by Roman. Issa, welcome to the Wrestling Inc. Daily.
Hello, is it? Remember the Tuesday takeover? I'm glad you're calling it that too. I'm gonna make that happen.
We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it a T-shirt, which I brought up before, right? Hat.
Yep.
Woo, hats. By the way, if you're watching us live right now in the news recording segment, you're probably going to notice no fancy graphics at the bottom of the screen. I don't know what happened. I logged in. It wasn't there. I could have taken 5 minutes to make a new one, but I'm not going to do that. So I'll
It's too
figure it out.
early. It's too early in the week to put that much effort, Nick. We're just gonna have to do it without it. Maybe Thursday, Friday we can start making effort, but not on Tuesday.
You're right. By Thursday or Friday, maybe that's when the graphics will come back to the show. And Leo Pereira here in our comment section over on YouTube, by the way, saying happy Taco Tuesday. And maybe we should have like a taco element to our Tuesday show. I'm okay with that.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. We'll discuss it.
Okay. All right. Well, we got a great show here today, everybody. We're going to talk all the news. We're on the road to WrestleMania. Later on, we're going to dive into the mailbag. We're going to look at Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor. We're going to talk about the matches on the show. We got some Ring of Honor news as well that we're going to bring up. But like I said, the comment section is open. It could be like my friend Nicholas, my plant friend here, saying good afternoon. Nick, and you see how he's a little plant in his avatar there, Issa?
Yeah, I love it. In his natural habitat.
Yeah. I watched a documentary, Spaceship Earth, the other day about a bunch of people that lived in a biodome. And they were talking about how some people are better with plants than humans. And I was like, I've never felt more heard than this weird biodome cult. I think that.
Are you a plant person?
Oh, yeah, I love plants.
I can't even keep a fake plant alive.
Oh, really? Well,
yeah, I'm so bad. And it breaks my heart because I remember somebody brought me the most beautiful plant when I got my other apartment as a housewarming gift. And I was like, I feel so bad and I tried, Nick. I watered it. I talked to it sometimes too and everything. It still died.
Yeah, no, it's hard. It's just not for everybody, right? It just takes work and time and dedication. I have a couple great plant recovery stories from people that gave me plants or we found plants in like the alleyway. People that were like, I can't handle this plant. I'm throwing it away. Liz will come to me and say, Nick, you have to save this plant.
I love that. You're like the rescuer of plants. Like some of us will rescue dog, cats. You're out there rescuing plants. You love to see it.
It's true. Like I have cat person like qualities, but directed towards plants.
I never heard of that. That makes you special. You're different.
I have a rosemary bush and it's huge and I should trim it and actually use it for fresh rosemary, but I don't know how to do that. I just know how to keep it alive. So
yeah, if you trim it, then you might hurt it. So don't do it.
Yeah. Thank you. Now you're thinking like me, plant guy. All right. All right, we're done here. No more plant talk, not for today. This is not a gardening show as much as I would love it to maybe one day be. Let's get to it here. News you can use, news that will leave a bruise. Let's start talking about Raw. I titled the show today, Cody Rhodes, his return looms large over WWE right now. Show ends with Seth Rollins trying to get another chance at WrestleMania. If he beats AJ, he's going to go on to face Edge. Great moment. Edge attacks AJ with that chair. Seth is going nuts, freaks out, trashes everything. And the beat rolls on here, and it looks more inevitable than ever. We're going to get Cody Rollins. The whole crowd was chanting for it to close the show last night, Issa.
Yeah, I love this, by the way. I loved everything about this. I think the idea of a gimmick of somebody trying to steal somebody else's WrestleMania moment or, or match is pretty genius if you think about it. You keep momentum going towards Edge and AJ Styles, which is one of the most see matches. Seth Rollins doesn't get pinned, which is what I didn't like, about last week. You keep Seth Rollins, not pinned before this big match against Cody, and
Right.
obviously Seth Rollins snapping. You just moved so many ships in that ending of Monday Night Raw. It finally felt like, okay, this is it. We're in WrestleMania season. We kicked it into high gear because you just hyped so many elements in that 2 minutes ending Monday Night Raw. I thought they did an incredible job with, and I think Seth is doing amazing work right now. The way he shut down the Cody Rhodes chants earlier on the night, the way he came out and kind of like trolled AJ Styles, because AJ Styles was kind of like feeling a little bit sorry for himself in his speech. So Seth had a good point where he was like, "You don't sound like you're all there. Let me take the match." So I personally thought they did a really good job with this yesterday.
I completely agree. When they set up the AJ Rollins match, my only initial complaint was that the AJ Edge program had been really finding momentum here, and to just kind of make it feel like a match where the pieces are interchangeable didn't really work to me. Having Edge solidify that he wants the match with the chair, and again there was this tension with him and Rollins where like we've already seen so much Edge Rollins. We saw it culminate in that awesome Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah.
But now I kind of want more. Like I'm kind of
I'll always want more. I'll always want more.
so.
I thought all three of the matches that they put on were absolutely incredible. I don't need more right away, but I love the continue to tease the tension that they're not done with each other, because same with the main event last night. I was like, do you really think I'm ever gonna complain about getting AJ Styles and Seth Rollins wrestling each other? However, get there, I'm not complaining about it. I feel that way about Seth and Edge. So maybe in the future they'll meet again. With this new version of Edge, it could be a whole different match than what we saw.
Oh yeah, 100%. And talk about a whole different side of something like Seth Rollins here. A lot of people have been wondering for a while, like, what exactly is Seth Rollins? Like, who is he? Right? What is the there is no character gimmick. Seth Rollins is becoming a Batman villain, and
Yeah.
he's just somebody who's just evil, right? And maniacal. I didn't know if it was intentional or a little riff, but last night he was wearing like Riddler colors, the black and the green, and he kind of gave me like the Riddler Batman vibes. And I feel like he's starting to kind of pull inspiration from like the DC universe. He feels like a Batman villain, like Joker
He
type.
does. Yes, so Joker, Riddler. It's like a combination of a lot of really good villains. He seems like he's lost his touch with reality, but you hear him talk, and he also makes sense. I'm telling you, I think Seth Rollins is doing some of the best work of his career. The one thing I wish we hadn't done is the leprechaun curve stomp. As funny as it was, it kind of took me off of the story because he's over there happy curve stomping leprechauns on late night shows when he's supposed to be going crazy on WWE television. But that's just something that we got to deal with modern day when you're old school like we are. You think of, man, I wish kayfabe was still a little bit alive. But outside of that, and he's hyping this match. We all want to see Cody versus Seth, but he's put on all of the work. Especially if they don't have Cody come out into media. Look at how excited it's what we're all talking about, and it's not even on the card yet. And Seth has done that all by himself.
It is easy lifting for Cody Rhodes. I had a
Yeah.
very similar thought. This man is sitting poolside, smoking a cigar,
Oh yeah.
playing with his new baby and his dog, and day by day, his WrestleMania match, and he's doing
Becomes the biggest.
he's doing nothing. He just exists, right?
Yep.
More hype, more hype, more hype. Seth Rollins, one man hype machine here, really selling this match. I thought the same thing. They say like, oh, if you wrestle a broomstick, you're a great wrestler. Seth Rollins is doing a program with a broomstick right now. He's doing a promo, the internal struggle with himself for lack of WrestleMania. It's very fascinating.
Yeah, I'm excited. I've been a fan of Seth Rollins since the beginning, and I miss seeing this version of him when he's giving it his all. But when you go back and look at his recent feuds, I do think that Seth always gives it his all. But right now, he feels on a different level. That's the difference with WrestleMania season. You always see them try to bring out the best of the best, and Seth is doing that right now. And that match, whatever night it happens, it could steal the show.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, we're going to bring up a super chat here from John Brewer
Hey.
fan 2786. Issa and Nick, what's up? KOB and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Amazing. We will see Rhodes at Mania, Omos and Bobby. Sasha getting a right Mania win. And are you doing the tailgate party this year. Cheers. The plan's the tailgate party, right? I sent you the info for the tailgate party.
Yeah, Nick, I think we should do it, and that way wrestling fan viewers and fans can come over and hang out with us, and kind of it could be our meetup.
Yeah,
You know,
I like that. And again, I'm going to be in the press box for WrestleMania both nights. They don't serve alcohol in there, so I need to
so
get.
we gotta get the drinking at the tailgate. I'm gonna be streaming for my channel too, so yeah, come hang out with us at the tailgate. We're definitely gonna have some fun.
Hey everybody, my name is Nicholas Hausman. I'm with Wrestling Inc.
I will be vlogging for my channel how you slowly get drunk and drunk and drunk, and then you gotta go into WrestleMania and sober up because there's not gonna be alcohol in there.
Fine. Chicken tenders or something in there for me. But hey,
Yeah.
John Bruin fan, he brings up the Kevin Owens impression. Kevin Owens trolled fans on Monday night. He did the Steve Austin impression. Mick Foley praised it. It was awesome. And by the way, I was starting to feel a little sad that I wasn't at the Chicago show last night. I just kind of want to stay back for other reasons. And then it started with Steve Austin's music. I was like, oh snap! I wish I was there. I didn't know
He got you.
And I was like, I'm on my couch. I'm okay with that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was excellent work from Kevin Owens. He got me twice. He got me twice. I'll have my reaction up later on my channel, but I fell for it both times, to be honest with you.
So good. So good. And of course, we found out on Raw that Veer finally going to come to Raw. He is going to debut on Monday Night Raw, the Monday after WrestleMania.
Cheers.
God bless. Yes. As Issa has that, I'll have my little water here.
Cheers to Veer finally coming.
All right. So I'm very excited about Veer. Who do you think Veer takes out first? Do you have any predictions on who will first be the one to be squashed by Veer?
I think he's gonna get squashed.
You think Veer loses?
Yeah, they're gonna give it to like Omos or Bobby Lashley, depending on who wins that match if it happens.
No, I think it's gonna be Cedric. I'm gonna go Hurt Business, a little program.
Ooh, okay.
Veer. I'm gonna go a little maybe they.
You're hopeful.
I'm gonna give him something. I mean, look, you can't.
They didn't announce the year, Nick. They say April 4th. They didn't say what year.
That's true. Maybe it'll be another year. Maybe we'll have to wait. I think he's going to go. I think they're going to bring him out. I mean, the guy is going to get a ridiculous reaction, right? People are going to go nuts over Veer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Veer. Right?
Yeah. I can't wait to see the signs for Veer finally came on Raw after Mania.
Let me lay out a picture for you here. All right. Roman Reigns, new unified
Hey, no.
comes out Monday Night Raw. I have slain the beast. Well, he didn't expect the tiger in the bushes, and that is our friend Veer there, out of nowhere, clocks him. Right.
All right, Nick. I understand you were being positive, but now you're just being delirious. No.
Ricky Zaldivar. Veer. Hot tag wrestling product. Veer takes down Austin Theory, who, by the way, looks really good at this Pat McAfee program. But
I loved that last night.
And I think Austin Theory is going to beat Pat McAfee here, and it's going to be a big moment for this guy.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I think Pat wins.
No. Why would you have the commentator beat the wrestler you're investing everything in? That don't make no sense to me. No sense, Issa.
Because he's Pat McAfee. Come on. Look, even my dog is staring at me like, what are you talking about, Mom?
Oh, man. What if Vince turns on Theory? And he's like, and then he gets his big moment with Pat McAfee. Him and McAfee were real chummy on the show. Maybe Pat's like,
yeah,
why are you hanging out with that nerd, Vince? Come on now, right?
Yeah, I can see that happening. They look very. I was like, I think Vince is gonna adopt Pat the way they came off on that show.
Yeah. Well, DJ Valentino Khan is going to perform perform live at AT&T Stadium both nights of WrestleMania. He's going to become the first ever DJ to play WrestleMania, and in 2021, he did SummerSlam from the Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Are you very familiar with DJ Valentino Khan?
A little bit. I'm a little bit familiar with his work, but I was at Allegiant Stadium, and I don't remember this. What's wrong with me, Nick?
I don't remember it either, Issa. And I'm wondering if it's something where like the people at home maybe experienced it more or something like that.
I don't know.
I don't
I don't
either.
know, but I don't remember this performance. I'm excited for some music, and I think maybe he'll do like a mix. I'm not too sold in the on the WrestleMania song this year. No offense, but it's not it for me. I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm not sold on it.
I feel like the whole marketing of this year's Mania is just stupendously weird. I think it is
Yeah, stupendously. I love that.
just a little. It's just like a little weird. I don't know. Definitely doesn't feel hip this year. Or
No, it doesn't. And the song, like they did the awesome moving graphics for Roman and Brock, but you have this soft sounding song playing in the background, and I'm like, yeah, this is not it. This is not it. These two guys want to kill each other, and you have this super cool vibe song playing in the background. No,
yeah,
we'll see what he does, but I'm excited for it. I think a music. A lot of people say no, but music, a little bit of a intermission in between, it's never gonna hurt anybody.
Well, Fightful here with our last WWE note. They're saying the NXT future, NXT UK future of Flash Morgan Webster up in the air. Negotiations have stalled. He's working on a short-term extension that is expiring soon. Word going around is that Webster rejected WWE's initial offer. He's been out of action since October 21 with a shoulder injury. He was scheduled to be back in the ring around June of this year at last word. So, any thoughts on Flash Morgan Webster? Are you a fan? I love the Oasis look. I'm sorry to hear
Yeah.
things didn't work out. That's all I got, really.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with a lot of the NXT UK. I don't keep up with it. I just feel bad. I feel that if somebody got hurt from the pandemic was definitely this NXT UK talent whose contracts ran out and they were barely able to pretty much do anything. But we'll see. We'll see what they do. I see a lot of these talents kind of like they're bringing them over, so there might still be negotiations. You never know. But I am familiar with the Oasis look, and I agree with you.
Yeah, it's a great look, and yeah, I think as things kind of stabilize here from the pandemic, we'll start to see some stuff move around. Hey, look, we have a $50 super chat here.
Ooh, Allison, let's go. Thank you.
Allison Tuckwab saying, "I wish Bill Goldberg would have done one more match, Bill Goldberg versus Stone Cold, because they're both in their 50s." So obviously, Allison, an adamant Goldberg and Steve Austin fan. I think it's a dream match people would have liked 20 years ago. I don't know how many people are clamoring for it now. Thoughts, Issa?
Yeah, I mean, I think people are gonna want it. I think people are gonna want it, especially people that watch wrestling in that era. I think that's a match that people really wanted to see. Do I personally want to see it? No, but I think that there is some value left to Bill Goldberg showing up at WrestleMania. I will put him against somebody else and let them both put over, not put over, but at least give the rub to a younger talent like what Stone Cold is doing with Kevin Owens.
Yeah, and James Jones, you're saying I'm kind of glad we didn't see Austin versus Goldberg because today Goldberg isn't safe in the ring. Years ago, I'd love to seen it. I don't want to say Goldberg's not safe. There have been some scary incidents, right? And if you're going to take a guy like Steve Austin who has wrestled 19 years, you want to make sure they're in there with somebody who's going to be able to take care of them, protect them, and make them look good. And
Yep.
Kevin Owens could do that, obviously.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't know about him being unsafe. Like you said, there was a couple of scary incidents, but I wasn't a big fan of the Roman Reigns match, but I thought his feud with Bobby Lashley, he really brought a lot to the table on that. And that match they had in Saudi Arabia was excellent.
Yeah, I agree. I thought the Goldberg Lashley stuff wasn't terrible. It was just a little weird. Like when your whole program is like we're going to Saudi Arabia to murder somebody. Like I don't know, just like touchy line there for me. Just a little touchy line with that build.
Agreed. But what they did in the ring was not bad, especially for what Goldberg has given us the last few years.
Well, lastly here for the news block, and we're going to talk some more Ring of Honor in the mailbag as well. But we got some updates from Fightful about Ring of Honor. First of all, Briscoe's FTR is happening. Tony Khan. Now, I'll just kind of say what I had heard because I'd heard a lot of this from other independent promoters over the last couple months. Like people wanted to do Briscoe's FTR. Okay, a lot of promoters want to do Briscoe's FTR. Tony Khan was like, "No, I want to do Briscoe's FTR," and everyone was like, "Okay, well, why don't you just do it?" Now, what happened was Warner Media, I guess, behind the scenes this whole time was like, "We don't want you to work with FTR." That Jay Briscoe, that crazy chicken farmer, used homophobic slurs, right? And so that was off the table. That was very difficult for Tony to arrange this. I think it has to go back to like when Tony bought Ring of Honor, it's a different company that owns AEW. And I think that's how he threaded the needle here. But it's just a really big step to take to get the Briscoes on your pay-per-view. And I think it speaks to something bigger with Tony and his desire to not have anybody telling him what he can't do. And AEW, for its freedoms, does seem to have at least a little bit of a governor on Tony. I mean, I don't know if you agree with what I'm seeing here, Isa.
Yeah, I see your point. My dog as well, but I think that he bought it under a different entity. So I mean, maybe Warner Media does have a little bit of something, of a say into AEW, where with Ring of Honor you're not gonna see that. So I think it's smart.
I don't know. We'll see what happens here. I of course, am very interested to see the distribution to see if Ring of Honor keeps its link to Sinclair Broadcasting. Also, at the moment, Delirious, the longtime 17-year, 18-year booker for Ring of Honor, he is still with the company. However, after Supercard of Honor, he's no longer going to be committed to the company. Now, I'm very interested to know what that committed word entails. Does that mean he's completely gone? He's leaving? Does it mean he's staying in some capacity? He'll be working outside of that. Either way, it sounds like we're going to see kind of a change of the guard in
Yeah.
creative, obviously, at Ring of Honor.
Yeah, I think Supercard of Honor is going to be a fun show, but I think it's very transitional. We're not going to see the final vision of what the Ring of Honor we're going to see under Tony Khan is until we get Supercard of Honor out of the way. We'll see what these changes are after that, including the booking and the creative and who stays and who goes.
Right.
But yeah, I expect to see a lot of changes after that one show, because that was kind of booked in the middle of the transaction of him purchasing the company. So they have to do it, but it's going to feel very transitional.
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to see parts of Tony Khan in that show and parts of the old Ring of Honor. And then we'll see what they do after that.
Yeah, it's just interesting to think Tony Khan and Vince McMahon are going to be within like a couple of miles of each other preparing their big wrestling shows for the weekend. That's pretty uncommon. These guys seem to keep their distance.
Isn't it funny? Because Tony Khan, I remember, I don't know what interview it was, but they say that AEW will stay away from WrestleMania weekend or where they were at. And I also feel like with buying Ring of Honor, he still gets to go out there and do a little something without bringing the main brand.
I didn't book it for WrestleMania weekend.
Right, exactly. But you're in Texas all month long, just not the week of WrestleMania. I wish people would give WrestleMania week more props for what it does for the wrestling industry as a whole, not just WWE that weekend. There's so many events, so many companies that are going to profit from all these people traveling to Dallas.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's the exciting part about WrestleMania. Not every show you see all of these indie shows. Like there's going to be something to do nonstop from Thursday until Tuesday, which is awesome for every company.
Yeah. Well, also back to Ring of Honor here, numerous former ROH names, according to Fightful, were hopeful to return. However, many have since had no contact with the new ROH management. Those that were spoken to are operating on the assumption they won't be brought back into the new company if they don't currently have a deal, but that could change. Many people in that same boat were actually planned for ROH Supercard and the ROH reboot prior to Tony Khan. Among those that were included for the ROH reboot pre-Tony Khan was Killer Cross and Scarlett, who Fightful were told were set for the show and had spoken with Delirious about the appearance. But when the regime change happened, they have not heard back. I am very interested to know why Tony Khan entering the picture here would make it so that Cross and Scarlett can't be in Ring of Honor. I was not horribly surprised to hear they didn't sign with AEW for a variety of backstage reasons, but it is odd. It continues to be very odd to me. There is no viable North American promotion that will take, want, or promote Killer Cross or Scarlett right now at a time where they don't seem like they're ever going to be any hotter, Isa.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I don't understand why you wouldn't want those two in one of your rosters to any capacity. I saw the video that he made to promote that he's going to be part of New Japan show, and I think he just looks like a star right now, not just physically, but like his looks. I am very opinionated in this whole let's just not talk to people. I just think you're a multi-millionaire. You can hire a talent relations person to call these people and let them know what their future are. This is not the first time that we hear that they just completely ghost people. It's the most unprofessional thing I've heard of.
Well, and one of the things I had heard from Ring of Honor talents were that they were signed on for like a couple more years, right? And then things got bad. We need to cut everybody. We're going to try to come back. And those people's contracts were all terminated. But in theory, a lot of them were expected to stay with the company for longer. And that's why they're optimistic that like some of the, things that they were promised, if business would good, could be seen through, right? But that doesn't sound like that's going to happen here. And what you're saying about why can't they get a talent director or talent relations head is something I've also heard from a lot of people where they're, and this goes for AEW too, where it's just like, hey, I'm tired of just hitting walls, communicating with the front office. I'm not one of the 12 most popular people in your MySpace space or whatever it's called, your My5 or whatever. And there needs to be more internal, because it's creating stress and dislike, and you don't want that. You just don't want that.
No, you don't. It was like that was the part out of everything that I saw in that Joey Janela interview. I think that was the part that just shocked me the most, which is like they just stop communicating. You don't know if you're being resigned or not. You just have to assume. And to me, that's just not a good look, especially the more contracts that you stop renewing, the more people that are going to speak. You want to be running this company, a little more professionally. I just feel that feels slightly disrespectful. I mean, I don't know what's worse, getting ghosted or getting a phone call from people power, but I would rather get the phone call and know what's going on with my career and my future than have to sit there and just assume it.
All right, last item here out of this Fightful ROH grab bag. Then we're going to dive in the mailbag and we're going to look at the ROH Supercard of Honor card. Expect at least one person on the Supercard show to emerge as a signing with AEW and ROH, and that's got to be Samoa Joe, right?
Oof, I hope so. Yes, please.
Like who? I mean, you got to complete your ROH dynasty here. You got Punk and Bryan and the Briscoes, and now you got to bring Joe in and officially sign him, I think, right?
As soon as I saw William Regal join AEW, the next person that I thought about was Samoa Joe. I would assume that Samoa Joe would probably follow him. They seem to be working very close, have a very close working relationship in WWE. I would love to see Samoa Joe in any role or capacity. If he can't wrestle, he was great on commentary. I think he's a great figure to have backstage coaching. Whatever he can do, hire him to do it in both companies.
And I'll say this, Dellin13 jumping in here from the Twitch comments saying Claudio, maybe Cesaro.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one too. That's a good one too.
Why limit
they could use Cesaro, man. Cesaro, I would love to see that.
All right. Well, Issa, I want to thank you for talking all the news today up top of the show with me. Thank you very much for tuning in. Great comment section today. We'll keep this Ring of Honor conversation going. We're going to roll right to the mailbag at Wink Daily. That's the account to follow if you want to vote in the daily poll. We're going to talk some more ROH here. We got a couple matches announced for Supercard. We wanted to know in our poll today, which of the announced matches are you most excited about so far? A little over 100 matches, a little over 100 votes here. The match that you all voted for, 84.7%. FTR and the Briscoes blow away. Gresham Bandito, 11.7%. Swerve Strickland versus Alex Zane, which is going to be a barn burner, got less than a single percent and 2.7% with everything else. What do you glean from this absolute blowout of a poll here in favor of FTR and the Briscoes?
That's what I voted for. These two teams have done a great job hyping this up to the point that we all want to see it. We all become involved. I remember first time I was here with you, we played the Briscoes promo on the show, remember? Because it was amazing. So I think they deserve to see it. And we wanted to see the match. We can see it in AEW, give us in any kind of form. I'll take it. So I'm excited for that match.
Yeah, I'm excited for it too. And I'm honestly excited about Gresham and Bandito and Swerve and Zane. We also found out Jay Lethal versus Lee Moriarty. That's going to be going down.
Really? Hendry, I didn't know that one. Okay, that's exciting too.
Yeah, Jay Lethal, Lee Moriarty. That's going down. Tony Khan's made that official. We're also going to get Joe Hendry, I guess, is one of the lone pickups here from Ring of Honor, taking on TBA. And lastly, Ninja Mac going to take on TBA in ROH Supercard. You familiar with Ninja Mac, Issa?
No, but I'm about to be because I think I'm going to be attending Ring of Honor Supercard. So
I hope so as well. I hope they can get their PR figured out. Ninja Mac is like Reggie from WWE. He's a former Cirque
Reggie
du
is
Soleil.
something else, so that's
Yeah,
exciting.
he is a Cirque du Soleil type performer. Interested that he's doing the Ring of Honor thing. He had been announced for a couple Noah dates. He's going over to Japan to kind of find himself, but he is a staple of GCW. Alex Zane, a staple of GCW. Briscoes, staple of GCW. Gresham, Bandito have both been used in GCW in recent months. The race between GCW and Ring of Honor here it's look, everybody's being very nice about it. Brett Lauderdale will tell you he's very flexible. It's not the first time a company has come in and started using a bunch of their talent, and they always survive. But it is something to look at there. A lot of Tony Khan's Ring of Honor product looks to be GCW.
Yeah,
Interesting.
very
Anyway,
interesting.
that is my TED Talk to end the show here today. I'll be back tomorrow, everybody. I'll be joined by Brian Wool on Wednesdays. If you like the show, go to whatever podcast platform you like. Support us there. Support the Wrestling Inc. Or support Wrestling Inc. on all of our socials. And come back here tonight after NXT. The takeover continues as Issa returns with the Wrestling Inc. podcast. What do you want to put over? What do you want to hype here, Issa?
Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have tons of content coming, and I'm going to be blogging all of my experiences in Dallas, so that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
NYC
awesome.
Demon Diva on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm at Nick_Hausman. I'll try to engage social media. I'm really bad about it. But if you follow me, maybe you'll get a picture of my dog or something. So thank you all so much for tuning in. I'll talk to you tomorrow. And remember, if you winked, you didn't miss it.